So let's delve into some of the other questions I've had. One complaint that somebody's really had heavily was the zoning. They complained that it wasn't quite like SimCity where you could build so many different zones and you had more, to them, more realistic zoning because you could plop down however much of a zone you wanted, whereas in here it's just a lot size. Well, in real life, things are zoned by lots. An area and a district are zoned residential, but the individual ground is split up into the individual lot sizes. Each lot gets a street address, 941, 953, 1208, whatever it is. And on that lot, based on what it's zoned, the builder can build what he wants. Here you can see they built 3 townhomes on one lot. Next door, a single house. So it's up to the builders what to build. This is much more realistic. And to me, I like it much better because it's less of a headache. In SimCity, this would essentially be considered one little block. And if they couldn't fit a house on that block, then it was a wasted block and it would sit there and do nothing. Whereas in this, it's actually useful for something because it's part of the overall property. So I like it a lot. And it just depends on the area you're building. Some of them will build massive apartment complexes. Some of them will build small apartment complexes. This one's using the whole lot. This one's not. Just depends on what they want to build there. So, and that it's not really a complaint. It's just they're not familiar with the differences between the two games. So you don't really have to be as careful with SimCity, but sometimes you build zones in an odd area, or if you're building your own zones, I'll show you down here where you build big lots. You can get in and build these crazy ones, and it will auto-fill the area, but it can be some wasted space. This one was built kind of crazy because I wanted to build a highway through here instead of just this big avenue, and that's why there's so much of a gap between there. Same with down here. The problem I ran into, though, was highways are not very cost-efficient or very good to build. This is my one highway. Big road, love it. High freight, high people transfer. Problem being, it's a pain to build. This little thing here, this little block, converts the large avenue or expressway to highway. And as you can see, I had to get funky with the terraforming here to make it work, because if the ground is not perfect, these do not work. Same with any aspect of highway. See, I could build it here, but if we get in here, it's gone. They've made it a little lax with that, but same if we come in here with the interchanges, any amount of road, instead of delving some of the road and charging you more like in SimCity, you just can't build it. If you look at some of these things, they're huge. This is a massive interchange. And you can't build it unless the ground is perfect, which gets into some of the issues with the terraforming, because it's just crap. All you can do is flatten the ground small, medium, or large, and it flattens it to wherever your central point is. So I miss the terraforming of SimCity. Raise, lower, tweak it all you want. I originally tried to build a highway up here where it would matter, off of this big area up here, and as you can see, I spent a fortune terraforming it, and it never worked. In the end, I had to destroy all of it and go back to this road, and the road across here, destroyed. It was unrecoverable, so I spent probably 200,000 credits trying to build that, and it never even came close to working. So highways need some work. The other biggest pet peeve I have against highways is the lack of on-ramps. This road here is just a full highway interchange. This one here takes it down to a small lane. This is the only one that changes it between an expressway and the highway. This is a full highway. Nope, this is a different type of exit that cuts to a small lane, so I could technically build it off of one of these roads here. That's more what it's for. And this is the full highway interchange. If I wanted to put this highway down here and say have an on-ramp come over that road like a normal highway, it's not possible. In SimCity, it would automatically prompt you to build the on-off ramp, or you had the build options down here for the on or off ramp. This game does not do that yet, hopefully, because I really would like to build highways, but they're just not functional. They do not function yet. I just want to build a simple off-ramp. I want to click here and say, have the game tell me, do you want to build an on and off ramp? Yes, please do it. Or build the highway. There's a road here, so you have to go over it. Highway bridge here. How lovely. Go away. Boom, highway goes over it. Would you like an on-off ramp? Yes, thank you. Beautiful. but it doesn't do it. So unfortunately, that is a big problem I have with highways right now, and that's why my traffic problem here, as you can see, it's pretty evenly dispersed through the heavy roads, but because I can't build a highway through these big areas I'd planned to build highways through, their traffic is pretty brutal. However, because it's evenly dispersed and it's more realistic, as the city I live in has roads much worse than this, and I'm sure the city you guys live in has roads much worse than this, none of my citizens are complaining about traffic or anything like that. So overall satisfaction is well above the 60s. It's pretty average right now just because I've been busy doing other things as far as building options, so pretty soon I'll be building more leisure activities and such. Just be careful with that. The highway system isn't working properly in my opinion, so you have to kind of monitor how things work. They did have the public transport system here, bus lines and bus traffic, so new option on the side. When I started building the city, it all started right here with low dense residential, then I got some medium and some medium, and then I finally unlocked the high density low guys. Well, I got bored with filling up my whole city with that because I originally just wanted to build a big city and have some fun with that. So in order to unlock these high density structures, you can come in here to your menu options. Under miscellaneous, there's expert mode. This will unlock all of your build options. So if you come over here to housing, you'll have high density everything as far as commerce and all your manufacturing goods go. Now they won't unlock certain things, especially in the like office buildings or commercial buildings and stuff. You won't have access to certain exceptional buildings. And what somebody had posted on a question about was they wanted to know if there were any specialty buildings you could build. Well, yes, here's one of them. It's the Kodak Theater. These special buildings give you beneficial bonuses to your city. Like this one makes my elites and executives +2 as far as their satisfaction goes, so it helps them. For some reason it thinks the passenger services nearby suck, even though there's an expressway on it, but it gives you a bit of information about the real theater and all of that information and how all of it's going. There's a lot of these buildings that you can build. I have 3 or 4 of them in my city right now. I've got the Kodak Theater. There's a nice hotel here which gives me +1 elite and executive satisfaction and gives me a bonus to my city's overall holiday usage. Up here is another one. This is a Ford car dealership. Bear with it a moment as it lags pretty hard here. It's got to load the new traffic system and information. And the dealership here is kind of fun. Like you can see, this guy just pulled in. Santa's apparently over here working on his car, giving it a car wash. This guy looks like he's about to steal this Fiesta, or the Ka. And I was hoping to catch these guys. I've been trying to get a hold of them for a long time, but here's a salesman, really suave and jerky looking, taking this bummy looking guy with his stylistic shorts over for a demo of the Ford Ka. Things like that are really fun to watch. They're going to have a little chat about the car, and they'll actually get in it and drive off sometimes. Don't always see them, but looks like his twin's going in too. But there's a variety of cars. So you've got sedans, real cars that exist in the world. Oh, looks like he's over buying another car. This group of people are in the car taking a look at it. So there's a lot of neat things you can see. One of the updates they've done when they added the headlights and stuff was they expanded the amount of cars they have on the road. So I've seen a much wider variety of realistic cars, like a Mini, more different types of sedans instead of the same 15 cars all the time. You still see a few doubles, but they've expanded the amount and the styles on the cars. I never saw limos before, but we just had one there. So they've updated it a bit and are really doing a good job as far as keeping it different.